Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. As we have reported on the Idaho versus Kohberger case, there seems to be just a series of coincidences that pop up from time to time surrounding the tragic events that occurred at 1122 King Road on that dark November 13th, 2022. One was the presence of two law enforcement officials on undercover detail driving around, including on Queen Road during the early morning hours of November 13th, 2022. There was a stop of certain parties just steps away from 1122 King Road by those two undercover officers at a location known as Band Field on Taylor Avenue. If you look at the daily activity logs for the Moscow Police Department for November 13th, 2022, you will see details relative to that pocketed here at 3:01 a.m. shortly before what the Moscow Police Department law enforcement and the state of Idaho says was the beginning of the timeline of the crimes at 1122 King. If we look further down the daily activity logs for November 13th, 2022 in the morning, we will see two items that are interrelated. And this is report item number 22M09901 and 22M09902. The first of the two in terms of time reported came in at 11:13 a.m. And this was a substance issue, a problem. Incident address we see here at ED Street and North Main Street, Moscow, and that a report was taken. And then the item right above it, which actually has an earlier number, although the time reported was later at 11:33 a.m. This is for a canine search at ED Street and North Main Street. No report was taken regarding this canine search. And then if we look at the very next item, 22M09903, that this is the 1122 daily activity log detail. At the time reported was 11:56 a.m. So this is literally just minutes after the canine team request came in and no report was taken. The officer who was the canine officer of Moscow Police Department, Corporal Ryan Snyder, from what the public has been able to learn recently with the release of some further imagery from the 1112 camera, shows him appearing to respond not in his canine assigned vehicle, but in what appears to be a regular Moscow Police Department cruiser. And according to his report, he responded to 1122 King Road at approximately noon. When he arrived, he didn't have his body cam, and he didn't have his partner with him. Just minutes after this request for canine search, where one would speculate that Officer Snyder would have had his body cam if he were, for example, being asked along with Canine Ragnar to search a vehicle. In terms of a coincidence regarding this case, this canine search was requested for on ED Street and North Main Street. That location is literally just 479 feet away to one of the last locations that the public understands Ethan was seen at on the evening of the 12th of November, 2022, at a brewery on North Jackson Street, where he attended a social event with his sister and brother from this location at Edie Street and North Main Street. Now, these are complete opinions, speculation that we provide. We've noted that there appeared to be another canine team that was on scene at 1122 King Road from what appears to be perhaps another law enforcement agency, speculating possibly the Idaho State Police with another handler. It certainly was not Canine Ragnar, because this canine had a darker coat. Canine Ragnar has a very light cream yellow coat. He's a Labrador. And his specialty was rug sniffing, but more specifically, he was trained to detect a rug that begins with the letter F, as in Frank, and ends with YL. And so the question is, why wasn't Ragnar on duty at least part of the time on November 13th, 2022? These are opinions, these are comments, these are speculation, rhetorical questions that we asked based on opinion under the First Amendment. If you have any comments, any thoughts, any opinions that you would like to share, please leave them here. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.